Part 23. God Level Tip, report the walking 500,000 at the beginning. Author, Tien Tien Taido. Chapter 222. Damn it, rat. Chen Tao suddenly made a horrified sound again, exactly the same as before, and the sound echoed throughout the classroom. On the podium, the teacher suddenly cast a cold gaze again. Are you finished yet? Where are the rats in this big classroom? The teacher said sternly to Chen Tao again, and was extremely speechless. Can we still have a good class now? Teacher, I'm not talking about the mouse, I'm talking about my brother Li Hao. He actually walked the red carpet with Shen Mange at China Television MTV's music celebration. Chen Tao has a very straightforward temperament, he is simply an upright boy. He couldn't help but say, it's really Li Hao. I just looked at it and it looked familiar. It turns out it's really Li Hao. I'm also watching the live broadcast. Shen Mange is holding Li Hao's arm while walking on the red carpet. You're so awesome. I asked why I haven't seen this Li Hao for several days. It turned out that he went to participate in a music celebration. Oh my god. My classmate is walking on the red carpet with Shen Mange. The Weibo hot search has exploded. When Chen Tao said Li Hao, many students in the classroom couldn't help but exclaimed, these people are all playing with their mobile phones, checking their accounts, and watching live broadcasts. What? Li Hao is walking on the red carpet? And with Shen Mange? Is it true? After hearing what these students said, the teacher took out his mobile phone in surprise, then opened and sent video, and soon found the red carpet ceremony of the ongoing China Television MTV music celebration. Hi, it's really this guy. The next moment, the teacher took a deep breath and immediately recognized that the boy wearing a suit and walking on the red carpet with Shen Mange in the picture was a student in his class. This guy is really awesome. He even hooked up with a big singer. Next time you meet a friend, you can brag about your skills. Look, the boy walking on the red carpet with Shen Mange is my student. Forget it, we won't be attending the class today, we'll just watch the live broadcast. I'll cast the screen and we'll watch it together. The teacher made a prompt decision. Wow, teacher, you are so great. Great. For a moment, the whole classroom burst into cheers and completely boiled over. Li Hao didn't know that he was already popular. No matter whether it was in detail or on Douyin, it was all about him and Shen Mange walking on the red carpet. At this moment, Li Hao, being held by Shen Mange, had already reached the sign-in place under the flash of lights. Shen Mange signed his name very grandly, and so did Li Hao. Then, the two came to the entrance of the conference center. At the entrance, there are some security personnel standing, and several staff are conducting identity verification and invitation verification. Only those with invitations can be allowed to enter, whether it is electronic or paper invitations. But this invitation letter is a certificate. Many celebrities have already finished walking the red carpet and are entering the conference center in an orderly manner, which is the venue of this music celebration. At this moment, Song Yi, the chairman of Qi Entertainment, did not go in. Instead, he stood at the door and looked at Shen Mange and Li Hao who were approaching. When Shen Mange saw Song Yi, he frowned again and his face became condensed. Haha, some people don't even have invitations, right? I want to see how he gets in. Song Yi looked at the two of them and said with a half smile, his eyes shining brightly. The next moment, Shen Mange brought Li Hao to the entrance. Hello Miss Shen, please show your invitation letter. The staff member naturally recognized Shen Mange, but he still said to Shen Mange calmly. This is my invitation. Hello, may I bring someone in to participate in this celebration? Shen Mange took out his mobile phone, opened his electronic invitation, and asked directly. Sorry, Miss Shen, the space at the venue is limited and has been reserved. The staff member said directly again, which was equivalent to rejection. Hearing the staff member's words, Shen Mange's expression couldn't help but change again. Li Hao. Shen Mange looked at Li Hao again, not knowing what to do. Otherwise, I won't go in either. Shen Mange said weakly to Li Hao. He. However, Li Hao laughed. How can this be done? Come in quickly. Li Hao said directly to Shen Mange. But what do you do? Shen Mange said worriedly again. But at this moment. Haha, you don't even have an invitation and you want to come to a music celebration? This music celebration is not something that just cats and dogs can participate in. A cold voice came from the side again, and the person who made the voice was clearly Song Yi. Director Song? What do you mean? He is my friend. Hearing Song Yi's words, Shen Mange's expression darkened again, and then he looked at Song Yi with anger and said coldly. Shen Mange, don't forget. You are from Qi, and I single-handedly made you famous. If it weren't for me, Song Yi, would you be where you are today? Seeing that Shen Mange was actually protecting this guy, Song Yi became even more angry. He was immediately rude, broke his face and said sternly. What? Do you want to break the contract? Don't forget, we have written it clearly in black and white. Can you afford the 200 million yuan penalty? What happened? It seems that Shen Mange quarreled with her boss Song Yi. What's going on? It's an emergency. It seems to be because of that boy. Shen Mange and Song Yi quarreled at the entrance, and were noticed by the people around and the stars, who all expressed surprise and doubt. Hearing Song Yi's words, Shen Mange felt that she was going to explode. Although she signed a contract with Ji Yi did not give her any resources, and Song Yi had been trying to seduce her. At this moment, he actually said such ugly words, and Shen Mange was a little bit intolerable. Shen Mange was about to explode. However, a hand was placed on her waist and hugged her. It was Li Hao. It's just an invitation letter, what a simple thing. Wait for me to make a phone call and ask. Li Hao's voice came again, and there was a touch of calmness in his voice. The next moment, Li Hao took out his mobile phone. Then he found a phone number and dialed it directly. At the beginning, when the system rewarded Huai siblings and Yingdi Entertainment shares, it also gave the corresponding ways to obtain these rewards, and this phone call was one of them. God-level tip, report the walking 500,000 at the beginning. Author, Tian Taido. Chapter 223. Li Hao took out his mobile phone and made a call directly. This phone number was the contact information provided when the system rewarded shares of Yingdi Entertainment and Huai Brothers. It seems to be the person in charge of Huai Brothers. The next moment, inside the conference center, in the first row of seats, a middle-aged man's cell phone vibrated. Wang Xiaojun took out his mobile phone and looked at the caller ID with a strange look in his eyes. Who is calling him at this time? The celebration will start soon. This phone number is a bit unfamiliar, and it is not from the Magic City, but from Jiangbei. Wang Xiaojun picked it up directly. Hey, who's there? Wang Xiaojun asked directly in a deep voice. I am Li Hao. You are the person in charge of the Huai siblings, right? On the phone, Li Hao's voice came directly. Li Hao? Are you Li Hao? Yes, I am Wang Xiaojun from the Huai siblings. Do you have any orders, Director Li? When Wang Xiaojun heard Li Hao's voice, he was suddenly shocked. The other person was actually Li Hao, the largest shareholder of their Huai siblings. Wang Xiaojun said immediately, and even his tone became slightly different from just now. Lowering the tone and posture. I can't talk about orders. I just encountered a small problem. Can you help me solve it? Li Hao said directly. Director Li, please speak. Wang Xiaojun said directly. It's like this. My friends and I want to attend a music celebration hosted by China Television MTV. I don't have an invitation letter. I don't know if I can get one. Li Hao said directly to Wang Xiaojun again. Director Li, are you at the door? I'll be out right away. Can't you come in without an invitation? We don't need an invitation. Wang Xiaojun said quickly. He didn't expect Li Hao to actually come and be blocked outside. Isn't this just funny? They, the major shareholders of Huai Brothers Media, actually need an invitation letter? The next moment, Wang Xiaojun's expression turned a little cold. What's wrong? Xiaojun. At this moment, Wang Daing next to him couldn't help but asked in surprise when he saw that his brother had such a big reaction after answering a phone call. Sister. It's Li Hao. Director Li Hao called me. He's outside the door now, but he was stopped because he didn't have an invitation letter. Wang Xiaojun said immediately. What? Li Hao? Our major shareholder actually came. Fortunately, we have prepared a place for him a long time ago. Let's go, quickly call Director Fang of the organizer. Our major shareholder actually came to attend the celebration. Stopped? Forget it, let me fight. Wang Daing said directly again, took out his mobile phone, found a number and dialed it. Hey, Director Fang. The next moment, Wang Daing and Wang Xiaojun stood up and hurried to the door. This scene aroused some doubts in the eyes of the entertainment industry bosses and celebrities who were already sitting around. What are the little kings of the Huai siblings doing in such a hurry? The entrance to the conference center. When Song Yi heard Li Hao's voice and saw Li Hao taking out his phone and not knowing who to call, another disdainful smile appeared on his face. Ha ha. Call me and ask. What are you pretending to be? Did you think that just by making a phone call, someone would send you an invitation letter? Don't break this rule. No matter what, you can't get in without an invitation. Song Yi said sarcastically to the side again. Yeah. Who does he think he is? A big shot in the entertainment industry? Can you get in with just one phone call? It's really funny. You really don't know your own abilities, and you don't even look in the mirror. At the same time, the celebrity artists next to Song Yi also said with disdain, with a hint of ridicule in their voices. You. Before Li Hao could speak, Shen Mange, who was next to him, heard the other party's voice. A flash of anger suddenly appeared on his pretty face, and he was about to speak. However, at this moment, a voice came from one side. You are the ones who overestimate your capabilities. What qualifications do you have to point fingers at our director Li? When Song Yi and the celebrities around him heard this voice, their expressions changed and their brows wrinkled. Following the sound, Song Yi and the others saw a middle-aged man and woman appearing in front of them. Big Wang Dong? Little Wang Dong? Song Yi's eyes widened when he saw these two people. These two are the real big guys in the entertainment industry. Even he, the boss of Chi Media, is far behind compared to the other party. The other party's Huai siblings, it can be said to be half of the media industry. Why did the two of them come out? Song Yi couldn't help but have some doubts. What did he mean by what he just said? Song Yi's expression suddenly condensed, but a bad feeling arose in his heart. At this moment, the faces of the celebrities next to Song Yi also changed. When Wang Daing and Wang Xiaojun appeared here, they attracted a lot of attention. He is the little king of the Huai siblings. Why did they come out again? Many people were surprised. But in the next moment, everyone saw it again. Wang Daing and Wang Xiaojun came directly to the young man with Shen Mange's arm. Director Li. Hello. I am Wang Xiaojun from Huai Brothers. You can call me Xiaojun. Director Li, I am Wang Daing, Xiaojun's sister. Just call me Yingzi. Wang Daying and Wang Xiajun both said to the young man with smiles on their faces, with a touch of respect in their voices. At this moment, everyone's eyes widened, looking at the scene in front of them in disbelief. The eldest king of the Huai siblings, two big shots in the entertainment industry, actually treated this young man like this. Xiajun. Yingzi. Can anyone call them both? But at this moment, the two of them took the initiative to let each other call each other like this, obviously trying to get closer to each other. This. How is this possible? Hey, this is too dreamy. Who is he? Dot. Unbelievable voices suddenly sounded, and some people took a breath, deeply shocked by the scene in front of them. How had the eldest brother of the Huai siblings ever treated anyone like this? But now they saw it. Hello, nice to meet you. Li Hao also nodded to the two of them, and then asked directly. I don't know about that. Is there any way to get in without an invitation? Sure. Then you can definitely get in. Who said you can't get in? Wang Daying and Wang Xiajun suddenly looked pale and said in unison. If you, Director Li, can't even enter, then what qualifications do others have to enter? You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. God level tip, report the walking 500,000 at the beginning. Author, Tian Tian Taido. Chapter 224. If you, Director Li, can't even enter, then what qualifications do others have to enter? These words were not spoken by Wang Daying and Wang Xiajun. But it came from behind. Everyone looked at the voice and were suddenly shocked. It was a middle-aged man in a suit. He looked to be in his 40s and had a big belly, but he had quite the aura of a superior. It's Director Fang from the organizer. Oh my god, even he's out. He is the boss of China Television. What did he just say? Dot. Shocking sounds kept coming from the surrounding people. Soon, everyone saw that Director Fang of the organizer also came directly in front of the young man. I'm sorry, Director Li. The people below are ignorant. They didn't recognize you. If you can't even enter to participate in this celebration, then others are even less qualified to enter. Director Fang apologized directly to Li Hao, which was somewhat beyond the expectations of Wang Daying and Wang Xiajun. You must know that Director Fang Wengshan is the leader of China Television, and his status is just higher than them. Unexpectedly, his attitude towards Li Hao is the same as them. As everyone knows, Fang Wengshan was also shocked. He had checked Li Hao's identity before. He didn't know if he didn't check, but he was shocked when he checked. Unexpectedly, this Li Hao is actually the major shareholder of the Huai siblings, the major shareholder of Yingdi Entertainment, and the shareholder of Yu Hao Group and Shan Shui Group. This is the real boss. If you show him any identity, he will shock the whole audience. Moreover, Fang Wengshan was only able to find this, but found nothing about Li Hao's family background. This guy's file background showed SSS secrets. This shocked him even more. Well, that's good. That's good. When Li Hao heard what the other party said, he nodded and said with a smile. Then he glanced at Song Yi and the others next to him, whose expressions became very ugly. Some people just said that you can't go in without an invitation. Li Hao said calmly again, but his voice was filled with an inexplicable meaning. At this moment, Song Yi and others looked extremely ugly. When Fang Wengshan heard Li Hao's words, he also glanced at Song Yi and others, with a cold look in his eyes. Wang Daying and Wang Xiajun next to him also glared at Song Yi, with a cold look in their eyes. Song Yi felt as if he had fallen into an ice cellar at this moment. Let's go, I'll take you in. Fang Wengshan said to Li Hao again, and then directly to the man at the door who was checking the invitation. This is the big boss of the Huai siblings, Director Li. Remember, he doesn't need an invitation letter. When Fang Vengshan's voice came out, the shocking sounds around him kept ringing again. What? The big boss of the Huai siblings. He is actually the big boss of the Huai siblings. Oh my god, aren't Huai and his brother the two of us? The Huai siblings actually have a big boss. No wonder. Beside Li Hao, Shen Mange also opened his eyes wide, looking at Li Hao with a touch of shock in his beautiful eyes. Li Hao is actually the big boss of the Huai siblings. What other identity does Li Hao have? While Shen Mange was shocked, his heart was even more agitated, and his eyes were full of brilliance. Let's go. Let's go in. Li Hao said directly to Shen Mange again. Shen Mange nodded. When leaving, Li Hao glanced at Song Yi lightly. For a moment, Song Yi felt a chill, and cold sweat broke out on his forehead. He stood there blankly, his feet weak. It's terrible. Song Yi murmured, feeling that the world had become a little darker. Too bad, he messed with someone he shouldn't mess with. Without Li Hao taking action, someone was already taking action for Li Hao. Wang Daing and Wang Xiajun have prepared everything. It's just Qi. They can use some resources and methods at will to make the other party miserable. Miss Shen. How about you join our Huai siblings? At a certain moment, Wang Daing spoke to Shen Mange next to Li Hao. Yes, Miss Shen, that Song Yi is not a good person. He is notoriously trash in the circle. Wang Xiajun on the side also said. Hearing what the two of them said, Shen Mange's heart moved again. She also wanted to dance, but she had a contract and she couldn't afford the liquidated damages. Shen Mange slightly regretted her previous choice. I know too, but I have a contract with Qi. Shen Mange said weakly. The contract doesn't exist. Just terminate it? Wang Xiajun said directly again. But if you break the contract, you will have to pay 200 million. Shen Mange said slowly, with a bitter look on his face. However, at this moment, Li Hao's voice came faintly again. Cancel the contract, I'll take out the 200 million. There was no doubt in Li Hao's voice. When these words fell into Shen Mange's ears, they made her heart tremble again. Li Hao and Shen Mange, under the guidance of Fang Wengshan, Wang Daing, Wang Xiajun, and others, walked directly into the conference center, which was now set up as a large music festival venue. At this moment, the venue was brightly lit and full of people, all of whom were stars dressed up brightly and beautifully. The men were majestic and the women were beautiful. When Li Hao and Shen Mange were brought in by Fang Wengshan and others, pairs of eyes fell on Li Hao, and there were surprised voices in the corner. Who is that guy? It's so big. The big and small Wangs personally greeted him. Even Director Fang of CTS showed up. Huh? He actually sat in the first row. When these people saw Li Hao sitting in the middle of the big and small Wangs in the first row, their eyes dropped to the ground. Shock. In addition to shock, it was still shock. Of course, many people were more confused and guessed Li Hao's identity. Not long after, the music festival began. The music started playing, and a singer went on stage to sing the opening song of the celebration. Various music awards were also presented. Shen Mange, with her strong strength and popularity, also won a major award, the most popular female singer. This music celebration lasted until the evening. When the celebration was over, Shen Mange went straight to Song Yi and talked about the termination of the contract. No. Absolutely not. You want to terminate the contract? That's impossible. Don't think you have a big leg, but you are still my Qi person after all. God level tip, report the walking 500,000 at the beginning. Author, Tian Taido. Chapter 225. Song Yi said coldly to Shen Mange, obviously he would not easily terminate the contract with Shen Mange. No matter what, I have terminated this contract. Shen Mange said directly, with a firm voice. Since she had already torn her face with Song Yi, there was no need for her to stay in Ji Yi any longer. Terminated? You have to think about the 200 million liquidated damages. Song Yi said in a deep voice. When Shen Mange heard the 200 million liquidated damages, her face froze again. She didn't have so much money. Then she looked at Li Hao. Li Hao had said before that he would help him pay the 200 million liquidated damages. He. Seeing this scene, Li Hao laughed again. It's just 200 million, I paid it. Li Hao said lightly, but soon, the topic changed again. However, are you sure you want us to pay the 200 million liquidated damages? Don't regret it? Li Hao looked at Song Yi again and said in a deep voice, with a hint of coldness in his voice. When Song Yi heard Li Hao's voice, he looked into Li Hao's eyes, and his expression changed again. Threat. This is a naked threat. This scene is almost the opposite of the situation at the entrance of the venue, except that the roles are exchanged, and he becomes the one who threatens. And now, the other party is the major shareholder of Huai siblings, and has this strength. Of course. Although your Huai siblings are strong. But Ji Yi is not a soft persimmon. Today I will say it in advance. If Yu Huai wants to take her Shen Mange, then the 200 million cannot be less. Song Yi said sternly again. As an entertainment company that can rank in the top 10 in China, Ji Yi is not easy to bully. What should be done is what should be done. Li Hao's face condensed again when he heard Song Yi's face. However, before Li Hao could speak. But at this time, the 200 million, I Yingdi helped Miss Shen Mange to give it. A voice suddenly sounded again, it was a man's voice, and the voice was full of richness. Everyone looked in the direction of the voice and saw a white-haired old man in a suit, followed by many people. This old man was none other than Yang Tiancheng, the chairman of Yingdi Entertainment. And the voice just now was said by Yang Tiancheng. It's Director Yang of Yingdi Entertainment. Director Yang is here too. What? Director Yang said that Yingdi would help Shen Mange pay the 200 million yuan in liquidated damages. Yingdi Entertainment is actually involved. Shen Mange is so lucky. Even Yang Tiancheng came out to help her. Hearing Yang Tiancheng's voice, Song Yi's face suddenly froze again. Director Yang? This is my internal matter in Ji Yi. What do you mean by this? Song Yi said to Yang Tiancheng in a deep voice. It doesn't mean anything. It's just like what I said just now. Yingdi paid the 200 million yuan in liquidated damages to Miss Shen Mange. Hurry up and prepare to terminate the contract. Yang Tiancheng glanced at Song Yi indifferently and said directly again. Then, Yang Tiancheng looked at Shen Mange again. Shen Mange was also surprised at this moment, looking at Yang Tiancheng with a confused face. Mr. Yang, how can this be possible? Shen Mange asked with her mouth wide open. Ha ha. Nothing is impossible. China does not only have this entertainment company in Qi, Miss Shen Mange, you can come to our Yingdi Entertainment. Yang Tiancheng laughed again and said to Shen Mange. Then, Yang Tiancheng looked at Li Hao again, his face shocked. The next moment. Mr. Li, I wonder if I can arrange it this way? Miss Shen Mange coming to our Yingdi is the best choice. Yang Tiancheng asked Li Hao, keeping a very low profile. What is going on? Why did Yang Tiancheng treat this young man like this? Then, in the midst of everyone's doubts, Li Hao nodded directly. Okay. Li Hao said calmly, but everyone was shocked. Li Hao looked at Shen Mange next to him again and said lightly. Mange, what do you think? Shen Mange was stunned again when she heard Li Hao's question, but she was a little bit unbelievable, and immediately asked Li Hao again. Li Hao, is this true? Can Yingdi sign casually? Hearing Shen Meng's words, Li Hao laughed again. Of course it's true. I said it and it's final. Li Hao said with a smile. Ah. Why? Shen Meng was still a little surprised and doubtful. Because, I am also a shareholder of Yingdi Entertainment. Li Hao's voice came out lightly, but when this word fell into the ears of the people around, it was like a thunder. What? He is also a shareholder of Yingdi Entertainment. How is this possible? My God, he is still a shareholder of Yingdi Entertainment. This is too unbelievable. In an instant, a series of exclamations came out from the mouths of the people around. Even Song Yi's eyes were filled with disbelief at this moment. Shocked. How is this possible? Song Yi muttered, his heart was in turmoil, and his face became extremely ugly. That's right, Mr. Li is the major shareholder of Yingdi Entertainment. He can be said to be the real boss of Yingdi Entertainment. At this time, Yang Tiancheng said in a deep voice, confirming the fact that Li Hao is a shareholder of Yingdi Entertainment. It's true. He is also a major shareholder of Yingdi Entertainment. This is the real boss. Hidden boss. There was even a sound of gasping for air at the scene, and everyone's eyes looking at Li Hao had changed, turning into worship, respect, envy, and jealousy. After Yang Tiancheng said this, he looked at everyone again, and then said in a deep voice. And from today on, my position as chairman will be handed over to Li Hao, Mr. Li. Wow! Yang Tiancheng actually gave the position of chairman of Yingdi Entertainment to Li Hao, obviously wanting Li Hao to take over Yingdi Entertainment in full. Li Hao did not expect that Yang Tiancheng would be so straightforward and directly throw the position of chairman to himself. Li Hao. You are actually a major shareholder of Yingdi Entertainment. Oh my God. Beside Li Hao, Shen Meng's heart was also filled with huge waves when she heard Yang Xiaochen's words. Her beautiful eyes were full of brilliance when she looked at Li Hao, and her heart was trembling. Li Hao did not say anything, but looked at Song Yi in front of him again, with a hint of coldness on the corner of his mouth. Are you sure you want to collect her penalty? Li Hao said to Song Yi again, repeating the previous words. However, when this voice fell into Song Yi's ears, it made him fall to the bottom of the valley. God level tip, report the walking 500,000 at the beginning. Author, Tian Taido. Chapter 226. When Song Yi heard what Li Hao said, he seemed to have fallen to the bottom of the valley in an instant, and his face became as ugly as if he had eaten shit. Do you want to pay for breach of contract? If you do, wouldn't that completely offend the other party? The other party is the major shareholder of Huai Brothers and Yingdi Entertainment. If he offends the other party, wouldn't it be equivalent to offending these two giant companies in the entertainment industry? No. For the sake of Mr. Li, let's forget about the 200 million. Shen Meng, come and sign the termination contract tomorrow. I just hope that Mr. Li will be generous and don't care. We can still cooperate in business together in the future. Song Yi said hurriedly, from the heart. This time, it's really a hit on the iron plate. The other party is the real boss. Can't afford to offend. Compared with offending the other party, the 200 million is really nothing. When everyone heard what Song Yi said, they couldn't help but be stunned again. This face change is a bit fast. Li Hao also smiled faintly. After Song Yi finished speaking, he left with the people around him. When he left in disgrace, he couldn't help but look at Shen Meng and sighed. Alas! It seemed to say, you have a good thigh. After Song Yi and others left, the eyes of the people around fell on Li Hao again. At this moment, Li Hao was so eye-catching. Li Hao and Yang Tiancheng added each other on WeChat, left a phone number, and left with Shen Meng, and then went directly to a nearby hotel, the Lashelton Hotel. This Lashelton Hotel is also a very famous 5-star hotel in Shanghai, and it is famous all over the world. When Li Hao and Shen Mange arrived at the door of the hotel, Jiang Wen was already waiting for them. We have opened the room. Shen Mange and I will have one room, and Li Hao will have one room. Jiang Wen said directly to Li Hao, and everything had been arranged. As Shen Mange's agent, Jiang Wen has always been very competent. Hearing Jiang Wen's words, Li Hao was speechless. Why does Jiang Wen look like she is guarding against thieves? Li Hao took the room card and prepared to go directly to his room. Li Hao, let's go to Haoshan World Park together tomorrow. But at this moment, Shen Mange said to Li Hao again. Haoshan World Park. Li Hao was stunned. Yes, that Haoshan World Park is fun. I have only been there once, and only members of this park can enter. Members of different levels can enjoy different treatments. I am a silver member. Last time I went in, I hadn't finished the tour. Shen Mange said again, with a touch of joy in her voice. Okay. Li Hao agreed directly. Li Hao had heard of this Haoshan World Park, but he had never been there. This Haoshan World Park is the world's largest indoor theme park, a world-class theme park with a great reputation in the world. This park is in this resort area. This theme park has the Haoshan World Adventure with the theme of adventure and mystery, as well as the Fantasy Island on the lake, various amusement equipment, as well as folk museums, big hotels, cinemas, resort hotels, indoor swimming pools, indoor ice rinks, bowling alleys, sports clubs, shopping centers, museums, duty-free shops. In short, everything you can think of is available here. However, this Haoshan World Park is only accessible to its members, and only those with its membership card can enter it. It requires a minimum recharge amount to become a member. Therefore, this Haoshan World Park is also a theme park that only rich people can afford to play. Even many celebrities love to go there to play or vacation. Great, see you tomorrow. Shen Mange was very happy to see Li Hao agreed. Next to him, Jiang Wen frowned again and said weakly. Mange, it seems that there is a press conference in Qi that needs to be attended tomorrow. However, the next moment, Shen Mange heard Jiang Wen's words and said lightly. Sister Wen, I'm going to terminate my contract with Qi. Qi's press conference has nothing to do with me. What? You want to terminate your contract with Qi? Hearing Shen Mange's words, Jiang Wen's face suddenly changed, and she said to Shen Mange in a lost voice. Mange, what are you thinking? What's wrong with you? You are now in the rising period of your career. How can you terminate your contract with Qi? And if you terminate the contract directly, you need to pay a penalty. If I remember correctly, it should be 200 million, right? Jiang Wen immediately said to Shen Mange, furious. Mange, have you brought it up? Yes, I will terminate the contract tomorrow. Shen Mange nodded and said directly. Mange, why don't you discuss it with me? You are confused. Jiang Wen felt a little dizzy and couldn't help but say again. Isn't it just a contract termination? What's there to discuss? I've disliked Song Yi for a long time and don't want to stay in Qi. Sister Wen, don't worry, Song Yi and his friends won't want the penalty. Besides, only by terminating the contract with Qi can we go to a better place, hee hee. Shen Mange said indifferently, and even laughed. Shen Mange's words made Jiang Wen feel confused. Song Yi and his friends won't want it? How could that be? A better place? Where? Jiang Wen asked Shen Mange again with her eyes wide open. Because, Li Hao. At this time, Shen Mange said again, and when she read Li Hao's name, there was light in her eyes, and there was a person in the light. Li Hao is actually the major shareholder of Huai Brothers and Sisters, and also the major shareholder of Yingdi Entertainment. The reason why Song Yi does not want liquidated damages is because Shen Mange directly revealed Li Hao's identity, and even told Jiang Wen some of the things that happened before. What? he is the major shareholder of Huai Brothers and Sisters, or the major shareholder of Yingdi Entertainment. Oh my god, how is this possible? When Jiang Wen heard Shen Meng's words, she opened her mouth wide and was shocked. Sister Wen, after terminating the contract with Ji Yi, we will go to Yingdi. It's already agreed. Shen Meng said with a smile, her smile was like a flower. Is this true? Oh my god, this is so good. Jiang Wen murmured, and became excited. Mange, how did you find this guy? You have a great eye. Jiang Wen couldn't help but admire Shen Meng again. The next moment, Jiang Wen slapped her thigh again. Oh, I'm the one who's confused. Why did I ask you to stay in the same room with me just now? I should have booked a separate room. What a great opportunity. It's not too late. Mange, why don't you go to Li Hao's room and tell him that I have mysophobia and want to live alone? Jiang Wen said hurriedly. Shen Meng. You are listening to novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. God level tip, report the walking 500,000 at the beginning. Author, Tian Tian Taido. Chapter 227. After Jiang Wen heard what Shen Meng said and learned Li Hao's identity, her attitude changed 180 degrees. Just now, she was guarding Li Hao like a thief. She didn't want Shen Meng to get the chance to be alone with Li Hao. She was afraid that something would happen between the two of them. Now, Jiang Wen was rushing to send Shen Meng into Li Hao's arms. Shen Meng looked at Jiang Wen speechlessly and said, Sister Wen, how could you do this? I'm going to go to you. Oh, I really want to go. But do people like me? Jiang Wen stared directly, sighed again, and said sadly, it would be better if she were younger and more beautiful. When Shen Meng heard Jiang Wen's words, he was immediately dumbfounded. Dare Sister Wen really have such an idea? Let's go, Sister Wen, I'm going to take a shower. Shen Meng said again and went directly to take the elevator to the room. Their room was right next door to Li Hao's room. A night of silence. The next day, early in the morning. Li Hao was still sitting on the bed practicing, when there was a knock on the door. Li Hao helped his arm and opened the door directly. Outside the door, a slim and beautiful woman stood, wearing a casual shirt and a pair of shorts, revealing her long, round, and straight legs. Wearing a sun hat, it was Shen Meng. When Li Hao looked at Shen Meng's appearance, his eyes lit up again. He was beautiful and looked good in anything he wore. Moreover, wearing different clothes gave him a different temperament and gave people different feelings. Ah! Li Hao, why aren't you wearing clothes? When Shen Meng looked at Li Hao, his eyes suddenly widened, he let out a scream, his face turned red with embarrassment, and he said to Li Hao. Li Hao! Why aren't you wearing any clothes? Don't you have a pair of pants? Li Hao said speechlessly. Hurry up and put on your clothes and let's go. Go to Haoshan World Park, there are many projects in it. You must have enough fun today. Shen Meng said to Li Hao again, with a hint of excitement in his voice. Well. Li Hao responded, then went straight in to put on some clothes. Then, Li Hao and Shen Meng went to the Haoshan World Paradise. This Haoshan World Park is the largest indoor park in China and even the world. It is located in this high-end resort area. The two people took a sightseeing car directly from the entrance of the Rashelton Winery, and then went directly to the Haoshan World Paradise. Just 20 minutes later, the two of them arrived at the entrance of Haoshan World Paradise. Looking from a distance from this door, you can see that the inside of this vast world is like castles one after another. You can also see various amusement facilities. The roller coaster is like a flying dragon between the castles. Circling like this, a huge magic wheel is much higher than those castle hills, and there are two huge jumping machines. It is a glorious scene, with various buildings full of colors, and many peculiar shapes that are even more fascinating. The weather today is very good, the sun is shining brightly, and the sunlight shining on these buildings makes this vast world full of fantasy colors. When Li Hao and Shen Mange arrived at the door of this vast world, there were already many people here, and they were all queuing to go inside. Next to the entrance, there is a splendid building, which is even more magnificently decorated and is actually a VIP reception center. There are brightly dressed people everywhere, and those who can come here are either rich or noble. You must know that there are requirements for entering this Haoshan World Park. Only members of Haoshan World can enter it and enjoy various project services. Moreover, the membership of Haoshan World is divided into many levels. Starting from the lowest black iron card, you can directly recharge 100,000, and you can have become a black iron member of Haoshan World, and you can directly enter the Haoshan World. For consumption, the money consumed will be directly deducted from this membership card. This black iron card is the most common membership card in Haoshan World, and it is also the Haoshan World membership card owned by most people. The black iron card goes up to the silver card, which corresponds to the silver membership. But if you want to become a silver member, you can directly recharge 1 million yuan, or those who have accumulated recharges reaching 1 million yuan within 1 year, you can become a silver member, and if you are a silver member, you can get a 10% discount on all purchases. There are far fewer people who can own the silver card of Haoshan World, and they are all wealthy people. After the silver card, there is the distinguished gold card. You can become a distinguished gold member by directly recharging 5 million or accumulating 5 million in 1 year, and you will receive a 20% discount on all purchases in Haoshan World. There are even fewer people who can own gold cards. There are only 5 million people, and they are all real rich people. There are platinum cards as well as gold cards. Platinum cards are not something that ordinary people can have. They can directly recharge more than 10 million, or spend more than 10 million a year, and only a limited number of 100 are issued every year. Even if you have money, you can't have it casually. Platinum members of Haoshan World receive 30% off on all purchases. Above the platinum, there is the diamond card, which corresponds to the diamond membership. There are only 30 cards per year. You can directly top up 100 million to get a 40% discount on all purchases. The diamond stuck upward is the Supreme King card. It is said that there will be no more than 10 people in the entire country of China who can possess the Supreme King card of this vast world, and there will be no more than 100 people in the entire world. People who have the Haoshan World Supreme King card can enjoy a 50% discount on all purchases in it, and can even enjoy a very high consumption limit. Even if there is no money in it, they can still spend tens of millions. Moreover, the membership card of this Haoshan World is a real name card and cannot be transferred or lent. There are dozens of Haoshan World paradises in the entire world. And having a membership card of Haoshan World Park is not only an admission ticket, but also a status symbol. In the eyes of many people, being able to own a Haoshan World Platinum card is already very impressive, let alone having a Platinum, Diamond, or even Supreme King card. Li Hao, you need a membership card to enter this Haoshan World. Do you have a membership card? At this time, Shen Mange asked Li Hao again. No. It's my first time here. Li Hao said directly. Well, let's apply for one. Let's apply for the lowest level black iron card. Shen Mange said directly again, other cards are too expensive. God level tip. Report the walking 500,000 at the beginning. Author, Tian Taido. Chapter 228. Shen Mange said directly to Li Hao that she was going to apply for a black iron card. Although she didn't have much money, she could still afford 1 or 200,000. She actually made a lot of money from singing, but it was just not for a long time. Then, she remembered that Li Hao was a rich man, and immediately said to Li Hao. Of course, Li Hao, you are so rich, you can also apply for a platinum card or a diamond card. Li Hao was stunned again. Forget about the diamond card. However, there is no problem with the silver card or something. Li Hao said weakly again. Although he was rich, he could afford it, but Li Hao felt that there was no need. However, at this time. Wow, it's Hu Ji. I don't know who shouted. The next moment. Oh my god, Hu Ji is also here to play in Haoshan World. And Penyuyan. Two male gods are here together. My husband. Ah, so handsome. I feel like I'm pregnant. Dot. A series of exclamations suddenly sounded, and everyone's eyes fell on the back, where there were two tall boys wearing casual clothes, very elegant and stylish. Although they were wearing baseball caps and sunglasses, they were still recognized. These two people were the popular male stars Hu Ji and Penyuyan, and they were also the male gods in the hearts of countless Chinese women. At this moment, the two of them actually appeared here, which directly caused quite a stir. Many girls screamed and exclaimed, and some people surrounded them directly. Both of them responded politely, and then without stopping, they walked directly to the inspection port, and then each took out a silver card. Wow, Hu Ji and his friends are actually silver cards. Silver members, it's normal. Dot. The tourists around saw the two people take out their silver cards, and they all made surprised sounds. Soon, Hu Ji and Penyuyan had already gone in. However, at this time. Look over there, that's Gilai Reba. Gilai Reba is here too. Isn't that Zhang Yingshu next to Gilai Reba? Two goddesses. Isn't Zhang Yingshu Hu Ji's ex-girlfriend? Damn, they bumped into each other. Haha. Dot. Just now, Hu Ji and Penyuyan were recognized. Now, two more girls wearing cool and beautiful clothes and sunglasses were recognized because they were so beautiful. They were Gilai Reba and Zhang Yingshu, two popular actresses in China, and they were very popular. When they stood there, they had a special temperament, which made people recognize them at once. For a while, there were constant exclamations at the scene. Gilai Reba and Zhang Yingshu also took out two silver cards under the attention of everyone, and then went in directly. In just a short while, many celebrities from the entertainment industry appeared at the entrance of Haoshan World Park. Most of them used silver cards, but some people used gold cards, which caused a great shock at the scene. But this was nothing. When a male star named Guo Xiaoming showed up with a few friends, it caused a huge sensation. Guo Xiaoming made his fortune by writing novels. After he became rich, he became a director and filmed TV series and movies. The famous Big Times was filmed by him. When he walked to the inspection gate, he actually took out a platinum card from his trouser pocket. Platinum card. This Guo Xiaoming actually has a platinum card. This is the real local tyrant. It's awesome, he made a lot of money by making movies. Dot. Shocking voices continued to ring out, and even the friends next to Guo Xiaoming were shocked and envious. Director Guo is awesome. Platinum membership. Not many people in the entire entertainment industry have it. Guo Xiaoming heard the compliments from the people around him, felt the envious eyes of the crowd, and had a proud smile on his face, and then walked in directly, without even queuing. Li Hao and Shen Mange were also preparing to buy a membership card. But at this time. Huh? Brother, why do you look familiar to me? Suddenly, a man's surprised voice came from Li Hao's side. The man looked at Li Hao's appearance and felt that Li Hao was a little familiar, but he couldn't remember where he had seen him. Aren't you Shen Mange's boyfriend on Weibo's hot search? Soon, the man suddenly remembered and recognized Li Hao, and immediately widened his eyes and said to Li Hao in disbelief. Adu, who are you talking to? What boyfriend? At this time, the man's friend also looked over and asked the man in surprise, and his eyes fell on Li Hao. He's Li Hao. The one who walked the red carpet with Shen Mange yesterday. Yes, it's him, it's him, it's him. He's the major shareholder of Yingdi Entertainment and Huai Brothers. Big brother. The next moment, several friends next to the man also recognized Li Hao and said in horror, with a hint of surprise in their voices. Then, they unconsciously turned their eyes to the woman wearing a hat and sunglasses next to Li Hao. Shen Mange. She is Shen Mange. Oh my god, they are together again. We just walked the red carpet together yesterday, and today we are together in Haoshan World. I'm afraid they are together. Big news. This is big news. For a moment, these people recognized Shen Mange again, and they all made shock sounds. Seeing Shen Mange and Li Hao standing together, they suddenly had an inexplicable meaning in their eyes, thinking that the two might be together. The next moment, Li Hao and Shen Mange were on the hot search again, and Li Hao became Shen Mange's rumored boyfriend. Li Hao and Shen Mange were also stunned. They didn't expect to be recognized. It really caught them off guard. It's all your fault. Shen Mange glared at Li Hao and said directly. Let's go get a card and then go in. Shen Mange pulled Li Hao and went to the membership center. However, before Shen Mange went in, several people came out. A man came out surrounded by several girls, but he saw Shen Mange at first sight. The man looked ordinary, but he was wearing designer clothes and looked very young, in his 20s, like a playboy from the second generation of the rich. Huh? Shen Mange? The man asked in surprise. Wait a minute. The next moment, the man called out, stood in front of Shen Mange, and then spoke directly to Shen Mange. Shen Mange, I'm your fan. I like you, will you be my girlfriend? God level tip, report the walking 500,000 at the beginning. Author, Tian Tian Taido. Chapter 229. Shen Mange, I am your fan. I like you, will you be my girlfriend? The man said directly to Shen Mange, asking Shen Mange to be his girlfriend. Even Shen Mange was stunned for a moment. Fan. Want her to be his girlfriend? Who are you? Shen Mange frowned and asked coldly. She wanted to say, are you stupid? But faintly, Shen Mange felt that the other party seemed a little familiar, as if she had seen the other party before. Is he also in the entertainment industry? The man was also stunned when he heard Shen Mange's words. The other party didn't know him. Although he is not a real person in the entertainment industry, he is also half a person in the entertainment industry. As the disciplinary inspection committee of the entertainment industry, he actually didn't know Shen Mange. Sad. He is a fan of Shen Mange, the kind who really likes her and wants Shen Mange to be his girlfriend, and a real girlfriend. When the man said this, before he could continue to speak, the girls next to him couldn't help but speak. Principal, how could you do this? Yes. Principal, you promised to let me be your girlfriend. Brother Kong, I'm not bad at all. Principal. These girls are also very good looking, with good figures and good looks, and they are wearing very little, very young and beautiful. At this moment, they are all beside this man, gently pulling the man's arm, and saying coquettishly that the principal is Brother Kong's. He is Principal Wang. Principal Wang of Yuda. Sure enough, it's just as rumored, there are beauties around him. It's really awesome. Rich second generation is so cool. At this time, the other people around him also recognized this man instantly, and there was a cry of exclamation. The man in front of him was Wang Sikan, the son of Yuda Group, known as Principal Wang, and he is the best among the rich second generation in China. You are Wang Sikan. Hearing the girls addressing this man, Shen Mange also widened her eyes. Yes, I am Wang Sikan. What do you think? Have you decided to be my girlfriend? Wang Sikan laughed again and said to Shen Mange. You have so many girlfriends. I don't want to be jealous of them. Besides, I already have a boyfriend. Shen Mange frowned, but said lightly. The next moment, Shen Mange stood directly next to Li Hao, took Li Hao's arm directly, and a bright smile appeared on her face. Although she didn't say it directly, Shen Mange's action undoubtedly meant that the young man next to her was her boyfriend. Principal Wang was rejected. Haha, I didn't expect that even Principal Wang would be rejected one day. It really made me laugh to death. Sure enough, Shen Mange and that Li Hao are already together. This Li Hao is really her boyfriend. Around, a series of uproarious voices suddenly sounded again. Wang Sikan's eyes suddenly condensed, and he couldn't help but look at Li Hao, but he was not angry. The next moment, a smile appeared on Wang Sikan's face. Li Hao, the major shareholder of Wei Brothers. Also the major shareholder of Yingdi Entertainment. Well, it's pretty good. Wang Sikan said lightly again. The next moment, he sighed again. Alas, it's a pity. I was thinking of taking you in to play together. This card of mine can bring a few people in for free, and there are tens of millions of dollars in it that have not been used yet. Wang Sikan said with a little regret. Everyone saw that there was an extra card in his hand. The card was white and inlaid with diamonds, which was extremely dazzling in the sun. Diamond card. He actually has a diamond card. Oh my god. Principal Wang is actually a diamond member of this Haoshan world. This is so awesome. There aren't many in the entire Dewa country, right? Wang Sikan played with the diamond card in his hand casually, causing the people around him to exclaim again and again. This card is the diamond membership card of this Haoshan world, and it has many privileges in this Haoshan world paradise, and one of its privileges is to bring people in for free. Wang Sikan, holding this diamond card, looks very awesome. Wow, diamond card. Is this a diamond card? Principal, you are so awesome. Go in quickly. Beside Wang Sikan, the girls were also looking at the diamond card in Wang Sikan's hand with their eyes straight, and they were very excited. Well, let's go in. I'll pay for all your expenses. Wang Sikan said proudly again, and even glanced at Li Hao and Shen Mange. Pretending. Really pretentious. Wang Sikan looked very pretentious in Li Hao's eyes. The next moment, Wang Sikan suddenly said to Li Hao. Although you have money. But there are some things that you can't get. For example, do you have this diamond card? While talking to Li Hao and the others, Wang Sikan had already led these girls to a diamond VIP exclusive channel and showed the diamond card in his hand. Hello, honorable diamond member of Haoshan World, welcome to Haoshan World. Your current balance is 58,172,327, and you can enjoy a 50 million credit limit. I wish you a happy time in Haoshan World. When Wang Sikan took this diamond card to the machine and swiped it, a mechanical sound suddenly sounded. Hiss. More than 50 million. This is the real local tyrant. The balance is more than 50 million. The principal is indeed the principal, the richest second generation in China. When the people around heard the prompt sound of this machine, they immediately exclaimed again, and the scene was very shaken. Hello, Mr. Wang, you are our diamond member, you can bring 5 people in. At the door, there were also staff members of Haoshan World who said to Wang Sikan, this is the privilege of diamond members. Envy fell on Wang Sikan, others had to spend money to apply for membership cards if they wanted to go in, but Wang Sikan, who had a diamond card, could bring 5 people in for free. The difference between people is so big. In fact, it is just the difference of a membership card. Huh? Can I bring 5 people? Hearing that she could bring 5 people, Wang Sikan looked at Shen Mange who was not far away and asked directly. Shen Mange, I can bring one more person here. Are you sure you don't want to come? Shen Mange was speechless and didn't wait for her to speak. Li Hao next to her suddenly said. I suddenly remembered that I seem to have a card too. You are listening to Novels at Bless Up channel. Wish you happiness and luck. Please subscribe to receive new novels. How do you feel about this novel? Please like and leave a comment. God level tip, report the walking 500,000 at the beginning. Author, Tian Tian Taido. Chapter 230. Suddenly I remembered, I seem to have a card too. Li Hao said suddenly, making Shen Mange beside him stunned and looked at Li Hao in surprise. What? Li Hao also has a card? What? He also has a card. What card? Is it also the membership card of Haoshan World? Let me tell you, Director Li is the major shareholder of the Huai siblings and Yingdi Entertainment. How come you don't even have a membership card for Haoshan World? I don't know what card it is. Is it also a diamond card? Impossible. It should be platinum at most. Probably gold. When Li Hao said this, the people around him made a sound of surprise, and they were also curious about what kind of membership card Li Hao had. Wang Sikan was also stunned when he heard Li Hao's words. Also have a card? Wang Xinong frowned slightly and looked at Li Hao closely. The next moment, under the direct gazes of everyone, Li Hao took out a black card from his trouser pocket. The black card has some strange lines on it. It doesn't look as dazzling as the diamond card, but it is inlaid with gold edges, which is very textured and gives people a very noble feeling. Grass, black card. Is this a black iron card? It's not a black iron card. This card is inlaid with gold. Is it the highest level of Supreme membership card? If it were a Supreme card, it would be really awesome. When Li Hao took out this black card, a series of surprised voices suddenly sounded again. No one recognized what Li Hao's card was. This is not your Supreme membership card. It's not like I've never seen a Supreme card before. Haha, that's so funny. This card of yours is clearly not the membership card of Haoshan World. That's so funny. Just take out a random garbage card, do you think you can get in? At this time, Wang Xinong looked at the card in Li Hao's hand again, and said with disdain, he had seen the Supreme card, so he concluded at a glance that the card in Li Hao's hand was definitely not the Supreme card. Since this card is not a black iron card or a Supreme card, it is definitely not a membership card of Haoshan World. What? Not the Supreme card. But it's not Hiraka either. Is this a joke? Many people couldn't help laughing again when they heard Wang Xinong's words. As for Li Hao, he glanced at Wang Xinong lightly at this moment, and his eyes were also full of disdain. Li Hao shook his head slightly again. Wang Xinong's brows suddenly wrinkled. It's in vain that you are still a rich second generation, don't you even recognize this card? Li Hao's faint voice came again, making Wang Xinong freeze again, her heart jumped suddenly, and she suddenly had a bad premonition. But Li Hao didn't look at him again, but said to the inspection staff. I wonder if I can get in with this card. Li Hao asked with a smile. Ah! The staff member didn't recognize the card and was suddenly stunned. Hello, sir, isn't this our membership card for Haoshan World? This is it? The staff member was saying. However, Li Hao had already put the black card in his hand on the inspection card machine. Ding, hello, distinguished American Express Centurion Infinite Supreme Black Card users, welcome to Haoshan World Park. You can enjoy Haoshan World Supreme membership card level treatment and enjoy exclusive discounts on all purchases. There are no consumption or overdraft limits. I wish you a happy stay in Haoshan World, the door of our Haoshan World is always open to you. Suddenly, a mechanical sound came out. But when everyone heard the sound of this machine, Everyone's expressions froze. Hiss. Yun Yun. The Centurion Infinite Supreme Black Card is equivalent to Haotian World Supreme Card level treatment. Damn it. This is a black card. American Express Centurion Infinite Supreme Black Card, the king of black cards. I know this card. This is the legendary response to request card. Oh my god. Dot. A series of shocking sounds suddenly resounded in the space, and everyone's hearts were filled with turmoil and chills in their mouths. Shocking. It was simply shocking. Although this is not the Supreme Membership card of Haotian World, it is more awesome than the Supreme Membership card of Haotian World. I don't know how many streets I've dumped. American Express Centurion Unlimited Supreme Black Card. At this moment, even Wang Xinong's eyes widened and his mouth opened wide. He looked at the card in Li Hao's hand in disbelief, and his face became a little ugly. What a slap in the face. I thought he was already awesome with just a diamond card, but the other party was more than awesome. It's simply awesome. Bitter. Wang Xikeng also had a trace of bitterness on his face. He had never encountered such a situation before, where he was crushed to the point of being unable to fight back. Wang Xikeng naturally knew what the American Express Centurion Infinite Supreme Black Card in the opponent's hand meant. Meaning, omnipotent. This is the real boss. People who own this King of Cards American Express Centurion Unlimited Supreme Black Card can enjoy top honors, customized exclusive services and unparalleled global rights in countless places around the world, including all-day responsive concierge services, VIP seats for various global events and exclusive privileges in top private clubs in major cities around the world. It is almost omnipotent. And this card is not something you can get with money. Even Wang Xikeng's father didn't get it. Compared with the other party, Wang Xikeng suddenly felt a little bit dwarfed by the big witch. Everyone around was shocked, even Shen Mange behind Li Hao was staring at this moment, her pretty face was full of excitement, and her pretty mouth could fit a chicken head. At this moment, a group of people hurriedly ran out of the VIP reception center not far away and came here. The leader was a middle-aged man with a big belly, who looked to be in his 40s or 50s, and there were more than a dozen figures behind him. It's the director of this Haotian World Paradise. He is also the CEO of Haotian World China region. I didn't expect that even he would come out. Soon, this group of people came to Li Hao. The middle-aged man in the lead saw the black card in Li Hao's hand at a glance. Hello, I am Zhu Zaigang, the director of this Haotian World Paradise. Welcome to Haotian World. The director of this Haotian World personally received Li Hao, and even put his attitude extremely low, almost groveling. This scene, falling into the eyes of those around, shocked them again. This treatment is really extraordinary. God-level tip, report the walking 500,000 at the beginning. Author, Tian Tian Taido. Chapter 231. What is energy? This is energy. The energy brought by a black card. Li Hao, with an American Express Centurion Unlimited Supreme Black Card, was directly received by the director of the Haotian World Paradise. This is the highest standard of treatment. Director Zhu, can I bring my friends in? Li Hao asked Zhu Zaigang again. Of course, you can bring 10 people in, and they will all enjoy the same treatment as the Supreme Member level. Zhu Zaigang said directly. But his words, when heard by the people around him, shocked them. Is this the preferential treatment of the American Express Centurion Unlimited Supreme Black Card? Oh my god, you can actually bring 10 people in and enjoy the treatment of the Supreme Member. This is really cool. Dot. Shocking voices continued to ring again. Let's go. Let's go in. Li Hao heard what Zhu Zaigang said, and smiled at Shen Mange again. The next moment, in the envy of everyone, Li Hao and Shen Mange walked in under the personal lead of the director Zhu Zaigang. There are many special projects in our park. The Dream Island is one of our features, with many And this magic wheel is the largest magic wheel in China, 211 meters high, with 348 360-degree hanging pods. On this Ferris wheel, you can have a panoramic view of the entire magic city. Zhu Zigong's voice kept ringing beside Li Hao and Shen Mange. Zhu Zigong acted as a guide and introduced the projects in the park to Li Hao and Shen Mange. However, when Zhu Zigong was introducing the magic wheel to Li Hao and Shen Mange, a voice of surprise came from Li Hao's mouth. Li Hao's sight fell on the huge magic wheel in front of him. This magic wheel stood in the Haoshan World Park. It was a huge monster standing between heaven and earth. Li Hao's eyes gave birth to a strange color. Because, in front of Li Hao, on this magic wheel, there was a big exclamation mark, shining with endless light. This is clearly a hint. When Li Hao saw the exclamation mark, his heart was suddenly shocked. This was clearly a hint from the system. There are hints, and there will be rewards. This is already a very common thing. So when he saw the exclamation mark, Li Hao couldn't help but feel excited. The next moment, Li Hao directly clicked on the exclamation mark on the magic wheel. Suddenly, ding dong, this is a magic wheel that is about to collapse. If you want to see more information, please click downward arrow. The system's voice suddenly rang, and Li Hao's bank card was directly deducted. This is an inevitable expense for getting this hint. But after seeing this hint, Li Hao's heart was suddenly shocked again. Li Hao couldn't help but take a breath. This magic wheel is about to collapse. This is a big problem. Even when Li Hao looked at it at this moment, the magic wheel was operating normally, and every hanging chamber was full of people. There were people in more than 40 hanging chambers, which meant that there were more than 100 people on the magic wheel. If the magic wheel collapsed, would these people still be alive? And it was not just the people on the magic wheel. If such a large magic wheel fell, the people on the ground would certainly not be able to avoid being in trouble. Big deal. This is a big deal. A master who is concerned about human life. Since he had been hit, he could not stand idly by. So, Li Hao directly clicked the down arrow. Another 40,000 yuan was deducted from Li Hao's bank card to redeem the cost of this prompt information. Ding dong, a screw in the core bracket below the magic wheel has become slightly loose. It will fall off in 3 minutes, and then eventually cause the magic wheel to completely collapse. The sound of the system machinery sounded in Li Hao's mind again, but Li Hao's face became a little solemn. A screw problem will cause the entire magic wheel to collapse. And this magic wheel will collapse in 3 minutes. It's urgent. Li Hao's face suddenly changed. There are so many people on it. What's wrong? Shen Mange asked Li Hao in confusion. In her eyes, Li Hao suddenly looked at the magic wheel for some reason, and stretched out his hand to point at it, and his face kept changing. Zhu Zigong on the other side also looked at Li Hao in doubt. Director Zhu, stop this magic wheel. Li Hao said directly to Zhu Zigong, and there was a hint of urgency in his voice. Ah! Zhu Zigong was stunned when he heard Li Hao's words. Stop this Ferris wheel? What's wrong? Zhu Zigong asked in confusion. No time to explain, stop it. Human lives are at stake. Li Hao said directly again, and there was a hint of solemnity in his voice. Ah! Okay, I'll give the order right away. Zhu Zigong heard Li Hao's words and saw that Li Hao's expression didn't seem to be joking, so he said immediately. Then, Zhu Zigong took out the intercom and started shouting. Only half a minute later, the magic wheel finally stopped. Ah! Why did the magic wheel stop? Ah! What's wrong? We haven't gone down yet. What happens? When the magic wheel suddenly stopped, a series of surprised sounds were heard all around, and the tourists in the hanging cabins above also screamed. Can't get down. Seeing this scene, Li Hao breathed a sigh of relief, and then said to Zhu Zigong again. Director Zhu, quickly send someone to check this magic wheel, especially the core bracket below. When Zhu Zigong heard Li Hao's words, he couldn't help but be startled again. But we just checked it in the morning, there will be no problem. Zhu Zigong said weakly again. Believe me, I won't be wrong. If my judgment is wrong, that would be fine. But if there is really a problem, then it will be a big deal. You can't afford it when human life is at stake. Li Hao said again in a deep voice, his voice firm. All right. Zhu Zigong didn't say anything more, he responded directly, and then notified the engineering and technical personnel to conduct a full inspection of the magic wheel. Zhu Zigong and Li Hao also came directly under the magic wheel. After a while, an engineering manager wearing an engineering uniform hurried over and came to Zhu Zigong with a solemn expression. Mr. Zhu. The engineering manager shouted directly. What's going on? Zhu Zigong asked again.